Followers of the Grail of the Serpent, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this video. And here I want to talk about dream magic. Now, before I start talking about it, let me tell you that dream magic is really only for uh, dedicated magicians, dedicated students of this art. Because, see, dream magic requires quite a bit of rearrangement of your life in order to uh, make it on a consistent basis. All right. So what do I mean by that? For instance, see, when you want to have lucid dreams on a consistent basis and you want to have them regularly, physiological factors might play a role as well. Okay, so you would have to adjust your eating schedule, for instance. Okay, for instance, you will say, well, 5 hours before I go to bed, I will not eat because this will affect my sleeping cycle, and the sleeping cycle has to be at the right stage if you want to have successful lucid dreams that you will then use for dream magic. But more on that later. So just let me tell you that dream magic is something that is only accessible and only workable for really dedicated magicians. This is not something for people that use magic in a very superficial manner. What does superficial mean? Well, I would say the majority of occultists, magicians, whatever, to them it's kind of like I don't know, a 15-minute sigil magic ritual on a Wednesday afternoon when he gets some time. See, in order to get the best results, you need to put in the right amount of effort. So what does that mean? Dream magic, which is essentially the type of magic that is done out of body, you could say. Because the dream body and the astral body, you might have heard of astral travel and all that stuff, they're essentially the same thing. Now, when we look at reality, we got different densities. We got the physical, we got the spiritual, we got levels beyond that. And all of those are real. It's just that the spirit worlds are more malleable, less subtle, less solid. And as such, they are much more flexible. Okay, so reality changes on the other side much faster than it changes in the physical world. And in the physical world, a lot of things are very malleable too, but here we got a little bit of a lack of time in between ritual and result. Okay, when you do something like dream magic, you can use this other state and you can use the time that you're sleeping for rituals that will manifest in your waking stage, but you can use it for much more. You can explore it as a launch pad for other states of consciousness. Essentially, it allows you to become the gateway between the worlds much better. Okay, now, first of all, how do you initiate, how do you induce a lucid dream? A lucid dream is essentially just a state of expanded awareness. Just like everything else in magic, it requires a certain level of awareness. So the way you get there is by step increasing what you are aware of. You see, now your mind doesn't stop just because you go to sleep, but usually you're cut off from that awareness when you're in your waking state of consciousness. So your job as a lucid dreamer is to expand that. How do you do that? Well, you need to clarify to your subconscious what is important, what it is supposed to let through the Bergman filter. There's a filter between your conscious and subconscious minds, and only what you deem important will come through, will be perceived, will be remembered by your conscious mind. So the first step is to basically just keep a dream journal. All right. So as you keep the dream journal, your subconscious will notice that this is important to you because you're paying attention to it, you're writing it down. Okay, so you're making it more significant. As such, is going to give you more and more of those memories. So every morning you're going to remember more of your dream. See, and that will take, you have to do this on a daily basis for, let's say, 2-3 weeks. And then the next step will be dream incubation. What does that mean? Well, once you can consistently remember your dreams, it is time to influence the dream. And incubation means that you, before you go to sleep, decide on what you're going to dream. Now, there is no night in which you don't dream. Okay, just understand that. You dream every single night. It's just that you probably don't remember it consistently. All right, so you will fire up a sigil. You create a sigil that stands for a specific dream that you want to incubate. The sigil is the seed. You use that to plant that intention into your subconscious, and then sooner or later you will actually dream what it is that you planted in your subconscious through the sigil. That's a good progress. Okay, next, what's going to happen as you consistently plant these seeds and dream those seeds is you're going to become aware of it. Wow, okay, you're going to be in the dream, and then boom, you're going to become conscious. I've created this. Boom, this is another big step forward. Next, at first I want you to just observe. First, you just have to observe these dreams that you've created. Just let them see play out. Let yourself experience what's happening there. And then there's a certain state of awareness and concentration and focus that allows you to mold the dream. It will allow you to take that and whatever it is that you dream, you can reshape it. And mind you, the dream world is pretty much almost identical with the astral, so it's extremely malleable, and it is also connected to the physical. All right, so you can then explore, experience, and do pretty much anything that you want. You are only limited by your imagination. You're limited by what you can intend to experience. You don't have to. See, when you use your imagination in these worlds correctly, it does not mean that you have to fill in every detail. What it takes really is just intention and focus on something. And as you do that, this thought substance is going to mold itself to fill up the blueprint that you created through your intention. You see, this is what a lot of people don't understand, how to use your imagination correctly. A lot of people talk about that stuff, but see, unless you actually can do these things, you will not be able to break it down like this, you see. So this is also for you. You see, don't listen to those fake people. Listen to those that can actually break everything down into details. You don't want it vague, you want to have it clear, very clear, okay? Then sky is the limit, you know, or even beyond that. There are pretty much very little limitations on what you can do in this state. Now, you can create your little astral temple, and in that temple, you do your rituals to affect the things in the physical. You can visit and enter other people's dreams, okay? You can influence them in their mind through entering their dream and basically rearrange their subconscious in a way where it serves you. You can do any spell that you would do in the physical world, you can do in your dream state. Now, what is easier out of body? Because that now at that point you're most likely out of body already. You can visit the afterlife, the different afterlives. There's not just one afterlife. There are many different afterlives and beyond that. Okay, you can choose to use different gateways to go into the different worlds and visit the different kingdoms of the different gods. There's almost nothing that you can't do. You can visit other planets. Yes, other planets in your astral state. You can communicate with extraterrestrials. You can do, literally whatever comes to your mind. You can start creating it. You can do it, and much more. So lucid dreaming is very potent as a launch pad into expanded states of consciousness. See, what you will realize after a couple of years of doing this is, now, number one, you will need less sleep. Okay, that's something that's going to happen. your body and your mind are going to require less sleep. Number two, another thing that's going to happen is you will begin to realize that this thing called reality is much more chaotic and much more malleable than what most people would have you believe. And what is going to occur is basically a consistent and constant stream of consciousness. So you're going to go to sleep and boom, you're going to reawaken. Your body's going to be asleep, yes, but you're going to reawaken in this other world. And in this other world, you can pretty much, you will have a second type of existence. You know, just like any advanced magician. And when I say advanced, I mean like, you know, actively an active player on the other side in the other world. Does that, has that, is that. Okay? An advanced magician is not a person or a human being. An advanced magician is a force of nature, a spiritual force that is influencing things on a massive scale. All right? But that doesn't happen in the body. That happens outside of the body. Now, there's much more to say about that, but this is just a general outline to give you an idea of what is possible in a lucid dreaming state. Because, see, when it comes to magic, I know that things like calling up demons is the most exciting thing to a lot of people. And yeah, it is. It's exciting. But things like lucid dreaming or out-of-body travel might not seem or might not sound very exciting to a lot of people, but only because they don't understand the implications of that and the possibilities that come with such an expansion of consciousness and awareness. See, now also, see, the more subtle worlds, the higher dimensions, are more malleable than the physical or the denser dimensions, but they're also senior to the physical. So everything that appears, occurs, happens in the physical has been determined by a shift of energy dynamics in the more subtle worlds. So it's also going to increase your power if you're able to lucid dream, if you're able to do all of these things out of body, basically dream magic. It's also going to increase your power to influence things. See, it's going to give you a lot of leverage to influence whatever it is that you choose to create, to affect, and to destroy in your out-of-body state. For you to learn that would be extremely valuable, and would be extremely, would be a quantum leap in your development as a magician. But like I said, this is only for serious magicians, not necessarily advanced, because the earlier you learn this, the better. But this is only for those that want to actually learn this, who are serious about this. Okay, those are the people that I teach. I don't teach all those wannabe witches and whatever, right? There are a bunch of them out there. So this is only for people who actually want to learn this stuff, and who actually want to turn into something more than just a human being, a bipedal mammal that survives through social scheming and defecation and eating. Okay, you have the potential to be more, and this is only for those who want to realize the potential. I don't talk to other people. So if you want to explore this and more of it, and you actually want to realize your divinity, there's a link below this video. Click it and you will learn more. So this is a brief outline, really brief outline. You see, I mean, this is all I can put into this video. And I'll talk to you soon. Be well.